Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about my stock picks for the week of September 13th through the 17th. Before we do, just to reiterate, I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research before investing. Also, if you find value in today's video, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content, and hit that notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know every time we release new content. Other than that, guys, let's dive right on into it. Alright guys, before we get into the picks for this week, we're going to talk about a recap of last week. We had Monday off, and so it's kind of a shorter trading week this week. And my picks were UVXY, and I talked about how we thought we could see a potential pullback in the market. And then triple Qs, I said to look for a decent setup around the 375 level, which we'll talk about in a second. And then DraftKings and Golden Nugget Online Gaming, I talked about looking at getting in to this play, and I gave some reasons as to why. If you haven't seen last week's stock pick video, it's popping up here in the right hand corner of your screen. Take a look at that. Alright guys, so looking at UVXY, we were up right under 11% for the week, and like I said, we were kind of waiting on a pullback. So if you'd have got in early throughout the week, it would have popped up for you about 10-11%. And then I talked about triple Qs maybe getting in around the 375 level, which actually is setting up for a potential setup now, as opposed to last week. As you see, it just kind of fell off of a cliff late in the day on Friday. And then Golden Nugget, the past 5 days, is up roughly right under 1%. So if this thing can pull back closer to that $21 level or in the 20s, then I'll probably be buying more at those levels. But right here, I think is a good buy because I think this thing is going to $30 longer term. All right, guys, so my picks for the week of September 13th through the 17th is Ideanomics, ticker symbol IDEX, Tsla, or FNGU. Tesla's a little bit more expensive than what some people can afford, which is why if I want to trade Tsla, a lot of the times I'll trade FNGU because that's one of the stocks in this triple leverage ETN. So basically when Tsla moves up and some of these other tech plays move up, so does FNGU. So it's a cheaper option to get in and ride that wave up. And these things really recover well whenever they are beat down. And then triple Qs, again, this is a play that I talked about last week and talked about trying to get in for a potential setup. And it's looking like the setup is kind of developing now as opposed to last week. So we'll go over that in a second. So the watch list is DT, which is Dynatrace, and this is again a longer term play. But even with the market dumping off late last week, this thing kind of held its own, and I think longer term this thing is going to consistently move up and up and up. However, it won't be without a pullback. So if you're looking to get into this play, anywhere in the 60s I think is a decent buy, and if it falls below there, then for sure go ahead and grab some up. Golden Nugget Online Gaming or DraftKings, either one, but GNOG is a cheaper alternative. And again, even if the merger for some reason doesn't go through with Golden Nugget, their business is solid. They have a lot of revenue coming in. They're getting more and more states, but it looks like the deal with DraftKings is a done deal, but it won't be until officially done until January of 2022. And this thing is following DraftKings. So as DraftKings moves up, Golden Nugget moves up, okay? And then ZNOG, of course, is on the watch list yet again, just because nothing's happened yet except the price fell again. So we're just kind of watching, waiting on some news and some PR. If we don't get it this week, if we don't get any news this week, then I think the price is going to drop again, or at least stay stagnant around that 20-cent level. And then possibly the following week, remember, Monday and Thursday or the days typically they'll release some type of updates or PRs. So those are my picks and my watch list for the week. Let's go ahead and look at the charts, guys, and see what they're telling us. All right, guys, first one up is Idex, ticker symbol IDEX. This thing has been just hovering around the low twos to mid twos, just back and forth, back and forth. What I like about this setup here is we are flirting with undervalued, and we've been bleeding off for quite a while. So I expect it to recover and come back up to at least about that 240 to 250 level before making another pullback. But I think we'll pop up against that SMA, above that SMA line. And then the big test is, can we stay above it? That's the biggest issue we have right now with it. is we'll pop up and either get rejected when we get close to it, or we'll pop up and fall right back down below it. But I do think that we should, not saying it might not go a little bit lower before moving up, but I think we'll get back to about the 240, 250 level. So that makes for a potential swing, because you can see every time it hits undervalued or close to it, we make a decent recovery move to the upside. Currently, overall level of support is 190. First key resistance is 271. All right, guys, next one up is Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. And we'll show Tesla and we'll show FNGU. But you see Tesla had some really large red candles. All right, and we're not undervalued just yet, but if we get there, it's going to recover fairly well. Your current level of support is 720. Current resistance of 762. As you see, it got rejected twice off of that resistance level, so it could fall back down to about the 720s. Could even go a little bit lower, closer to that 700 mark, before making a stronger move to the upside. And then you're looking at FNGU. Again, this is a way to basically track Tesla at a cheaper price point. You see it's $38.62. We did fall back down. As you see, the candles are going to be pretty similar to Tesla and some of these other tech plays like Facebook, Google, Apple, stuff like that. Currently, we broke below that support of 39.51. Your next support down is going to be 35.19. So if we do fall for some reason all the way, I think we can probably fall down to about maybe 36 bucks and some change before popping back up, because if we do, it's going to be super undervalued, and this thing usually recovers pretty well. Key thing to watch here is it going to fall down here and bounce up after hitting about 36, because that shows a good chance of us popping back up and retesting that $40 level off of that red SMA line. But this one here moves quite aggressively after a sell-off, as you can see here, a big sell-off, and you see that big aggressive move, and then now we could just be starting that sell-off to where we come down a couple more bucks before popping up and making another big move to the upside. And next one up, guys, is triple Qs, and we talked about trying to get in at about that 375 level if you're going to, and it's pretty darn close to that. We could fall down a little bit lower, or we could come back and start moving back up towards the upside. As you see, we're close to undervalued. If we go any lower than that, I think we'll get down to about the 374 level at the lowest before we start making a move back up to the upside. Your current overall level of support, 362. Current resistance of 382. And the watch list, guys, we can talk about Dynatrace, ticker symbol DT. All right, and I had to redraw the fib level because it actually busted through that fib level a couple bucks higher than what we had it at the overall current resistance. So your current resistance now is 71.65. Level of support 64.16. This is still a little bit high for me in order to come and buy any more. Not to say it won't go higher, but I think that if it maybe pulls back a little bit lower, somewhere in the 60s, would probably be a safer bet. But longer term, I see this thing continuing an uptrend. I just see a little small pullback before a move to the upside. So kind of up to you on that one. If you're not too worried about the price point now, if you see it moving higher into the hundreds, then does it really make a difference if you buy it at 71 or 68? Probably not. Okay. Then we're going to look at our next watch list stocks, which will be GNOG and ZNOG. Okay, so first of all, go to Nugget Online Gaming. As you see here, we had a big red candle here. Your current resistance is 23.85, current support of 21.22. So again, this is going to be determined by how DraftKings plays out. Okay, if DraftKings continues to go down, so will Golden Nugget. All right, and you see DraftKings, I do think that DraftKings has some more room for downside if we're going to continue to sell off. I think it does. And then the current support is 61.22. So you can see it might drop another $1.22 or so, but we want to see it bounce off of there. That would be healthy to see. If it goes lower than that, then you know Golden Nugget's going to go lower as well, closer down to that $20 mark. And then the last one is Zion Oil and Gas, ticker symbol ZNOG, and people are probably going to be mad that I'm even talking about this stock because, people are getting frustrated and tired with it and this and that. But it is on the watch list for me. Again, I'm watching it every week just because something's got to give, right? So we're at that 20 cent, about the 21, almost 22 cent level. our current support overall is 20 cents. Our current resistance is 41 cents. And to get above that red SMA line is roughly about 38 cents. So as long as we can stay around there, I feel pretty good about a big move to the upside. If we start falling down lower to about that 15 to 10 cent mark, then I'm going to come in and probably buy pretty heavy and just wait for some type of PR updates and just kind of go from there. Because this thing, the great thing about this stock, guys, is yeah, it's frustrating because it continuously bleeds out and bleeds out and bleeds out, but nothing has really happened yet as far as their press releases and things like that. And they only really release a press release if it's significant, and their updates, they'll only really release them if they have something like really like factual and good to tell you. So sometimes I guess it just takes a little bit longer on their end, but it is frustrating because of just people can go back to the shareholder meeting about they were supposed to update you every 2 weeks, but that was if everything kind of went as in accordance to plan. But they had some setbacks. Okay, they had a lot of setbacks, and now we're just kind of waiting on a full all-out update on what the heck is really going on. And the good thing is whenever this thing decides to move, it moves. So the bleeding out, and that's what I like about stocks like this. If it bleeds out, it bleeds out slow, but if it decides to move, it moves fast. Okay, so that's the upside and the positive thing about this stock is whenever you have news and you have something positive, this thing flies. All right, so I'm just watching it this week. Again, if we don't get anything this week, I really expect the following week on a Monday or a Thursday that we get something, but who knows? I'm not sitting there and watching every second like I was about a month ago. I'm just letting this thing play out and see what happens, and if it keeps falling, I'll just buy more and just wait it out. And I'm going to focus on my other plays right now and watch those more carefully as they get closer to the price targets that I'm looking for. So anyway, guys, hope this video helped. Hope you have a good week ahead. Leave me a comment below letting me know what your plays are for the week. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in this video. Make sure that you smash the thumbs up button if you found value in today's video. And if you enjoy our content, of course, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know every time we release new content. Other than that, guys, we'll catch you in the next video.